Let's go.
So, yeah, just talking about the microphone issue you're having there. So last week we were trying out some new things at VBorg of streaming.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, was it?
2 weeks ago now.
Oh my gosh, it was 2 weeks ago because I had a weekend off. Anyway, we had some problems, technical problems. We were testing things out. So we decided to go to just iPhone recording. And Steve had the microphone. And for whatever reason, the audio settings weren't set on Tom's phone. So Steve spent 2 hours.
I blame Tom. I had a cold as well. So I was like really struggling to do commentary. And then like obviously we went through all of it to the whole competition, and then only to find out either Tom had muted me because he didn't want to hear my voice.
I was watching the live streaming and with my father, and was him who realized that you were speaking for the streaming. I was like, nah, I don't think so. And then I watched you again, and it was clearly you were speaking for the streaming, and you Matt were like a speaker for the event.
Yeah. So Matt was there talking in the arena, and then Tom would come over with the like talk us through this part of the sections. Standing there, and you can only just about hear my voice because the camera was still picking up just regular audio, but it didn't have the direct mic input. So I don't know, we got there in the end.
It was quite funny.
Yeah, that's a funny one. Yeah, I'm sure you were saying pretty interesting things. So it's quite bad that that's lost, right?
He also sounded like this because he had a really...
Anyway, Marty, we obviously missed the opportunity to talk to you before we went to VBorg. So thank you for finally making time, and we've lined everything up. So
yeah, that was kind of my fault. Life took over a little bit.
Martí Vayreda on the podcast.
And look, I put my Shin Dig t-shirt on.
In uniform.
Wearing the
Even we're
Dig
not in
t-shirt.
Shin Dig uniform.
I know.
Today.
I came straight.
Yeah, why?
I came straight from work, which is why I'm not wearing a hat and need to get my hair cut.
They're all in the wash, I think.
Yeah. And I've realised as well I've got minimal shindigs. I have a flight in 12 hours to go to Switzerland.
Oh, good.
Which was going to be. Are you going to be there this weekend?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No. I thought maybe it was Vera's going. I think there is some Spanish reps going, right?
Yeah, Alejandro is going to.
Cool. That explains.
Yeah.
But mate, I can't believe it's taken us so long to get you on the pod.
Yeah, me. Yeah, me too. I don't know. I know you don't like me. That's all right. I mean, you can say.
No, the quality was so bad. Not that it's any better, but we're just waiting for the right time, Marty. So, man, this is great. Thanks for joining us on this fine evening.
Where are you?
No. Yeah, no. Thanks to you. First of all, I've been following you a lot. I think the only podcast I'm missing now is the one with Ken Ael that you did. I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
So
it's available right now, isn't it?
Yeah, but I saw the one with Dole that it's also recent. So yeah, everyone. Yeah, I remember the one with Vincent, Jack. Yeah, a lot. Nina. Why the one with Nina? It's crazy because I was listening it and I couldn't understand you. It was like, yeah, I can't. And Nina was understanding it perfectly. So, and I could understand Nina, but I wasn't at all. The questions, I was like, okay, let's see what Nina answers, and with that, I'll get the question. So that, but
sometimes I think it's the English guys. Obviously, naturally, in your own language, you kind of use a bit of slang, and maybe the pronunciation isn't as clear. It's actually funny. European to European is when they both speak English, they actually understand people better than native speakers, because sometimes when you are fluent in a language, like you say, you almost use more complex words or you speak faster, and it makes it that much harder for people that are not native speakers to understand. So
yeah, sure. And I think it's also because Nina have a really good English, so maybe some other people like me were like, doing what we can. And Nina was so perfect English that you could speak really fast and she was getting everything. So that one was funny. But yeah, so I'm super happy to be here. Thank you guys for inviting me.
No.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time coming, really.
Tell us if we're talking too fast.
Yes, that's what
Because we think of you as like one of the most fluent
English speakers.
Spanish English speakers.
Yeah.
In the trials community. Because I know a lot of the Spanish community are nervous to get on the pod and chat to us. We hope to.
I know when someone's English is good when they can joke in their second language, and you very much get on with our banter and our jokes, and if not, contribute to some of the funny stuff that we say, and the meme ideas that we text each other on Instagram. Is very, very fun conversations when we hang out, Marty. So I'm glad to record one of them.
Yeah, thanks, man. I think like the Catalans have a better English, right? You have Eloy, you have Sergi, but then the Spaniards, they, it is what it is, Alejandro, Borja.
Is there like a silent rivalry between the Catalans?
I was going to say, we do enjoy the commentary, like at the UCI, where it's like, Alejandro, talk to us about your win today.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, is there like
I've been training really hard.
I can't get my question out. I forgot. Is there like is there a rivalry between like the south, the Catalonians and the Spaniards in the north? Is there actually
like I mean between Catalonian and the red Spain. Between Catalonia and Spain, for the Spaniards, me saying this, they are like, here is super typical, we say we are going to Spain normally. You say that and it's normal here, but when you say it to someone from Spain, they are like, what the fuck, man, it's the same country. and we're like, yeah, but it feels super different. I mean, I have to speak a different language, in my day-to-day life I speak Catalan, I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, I've heard that because I work with someone who's Catalonian, and he's like, oh yeah, they're from the south of Spain, they're from the north of Spain. I guess the same in the UK, we can tell, but we do speak the same language.
It was funny because I think maybe one of the first World Championships they had in Vic, we saw all of the banners, the UCI banners, and they scribbled out the because it said Spain, I think, and they Catalonia.
My goodness,
literally
like graffiti. Like, hang on, this is wrong.
Yeah, in Vic they are a lot like that. Yeah, sure. If you go like to Barcelona, you don't hear Catalan anymore, But when you go to these little cities around, yeah, they are super Catalan. Like in my town is super Catalan, So yeah, but for me it's just a funny thing, to just make humor from it. I mean, I don't really care, I'm alright with everything, but it's fun. It's fun, So that's why I'm with the joke.
Yeah,
and they too, they love it. So
yeah, you very much have a really good attitude when it comes to your riding and competing. And we are a trials podcast, so maybe we'll talk about some trials, which kind of leads me into like what do you do to keep that kind of fire going? Because you've been riding trials for very, very long time. Maybe you can tell us how long, but what's the one thing you kind of keep going to keep that fire burning, the passion for the sport?
Now I'm a bit I'm in a point where I'm doing just a super different thing. I think especially last year, I had not the best mentality, I think. And I've been, I say like this, I don't know if in English it's correctly, but I say all the time, like, I was a pussy. You know what I mean? Like,
pretty good English. That's pretty good English.
Make sure
so I felt that way. In the World Championships, I was like in the sections, and before I don't know, section 1, the big gap, it was gate 3, I think. I was there going for the jump, and before jumping, I knew I wasn't going to do it because I was like,
big drop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or maybe the hook from section 2, the blue one,
big block. Yeah.
Same, I did first try. I went to try. I didn't went there to actually do it. So same. So I feel last year was more like this. I don't know. I wasn't focusing on what I should or push. I don't know, because obviously I was pushing, but I don't think it wasn't pushing my mentality as I should. So if you ask me now, my mentality now is not to be a pussy, like all the time. That's my goal.
From your most recent social post as well, you are definitely pushing. I can say that now. And the content that you're doing as well, I can see it improving each time. And you're creating some really, really good content for the community, mate. So I'll start with saying, good. Keep it up.
You're basically saying that maybe you had a bit of self-doubt in prior season, and this time you're trying to, because I guess all of that comes down to like putting the work in on the bike and hours training that you feel super confident every time you go and do a move, right? Or is it just you felt like maybe you had an element of fear in competition that maybe you weren't?
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, when you put a lot of hours in, you are getting more confident. But there's a point where you can put a lot of hours in, and if you are not changing something, or you are not trying to be confident on yourself, you are not doing it. Because last year I put a lot of hours in. Like I had a pretty good level. I was really happy with the level I had. But I feel I had this point. I needed this point of just going for it. Like believing on me. And now on the trainings, I'm going to do something, and I'm like, okay, I prefer to crash rather than don't go all in.
Okay, so that's the difference, is what you're saying. Is almost not being afraid to crash, like literally putting everything on the line, your body on the line.
Yes.
Okay, so we just got to hope that you don't have any.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm
right. Like if a lot of people say, if you're not crashing, you're not pushing hard enough. Even the likes of Charlie, I think that's what somewhat surprising. If you compare Jack to Charlie, like you never really saw Jack ever have any crashes, or at least I can't remember.
Well, you train to failure in the gym. Why shouldn't you train to failure on the bike?
Yeah, and I guess I always thought it was odd not to see Jack pushing. You never saw videos of him pushing to the level where he was crashing, right? But Charlie, on the other hand, the guy would like have some great crashes because he would do some insane stuff. But I do think that that's a big part of progressing.
No risk,
no
reward.
When you're younger, like you don't have that element of fear, right? And you are putting you're pushing yourself to failure all the time, and that's how you see the progression. So why should it change when you get to the elite level, right? Like,
and you're always having fun with it, Marty. Another rider that you come off, and it could be you're no stranger to the finals. I think you've been in the top 6 UCI for the last 5 years. I think you've been in that top set of riders. That's, I'll be honest, that's Claude telling me that.
The 3 British, 3 Spanish.
Yeah, right. I think, for example, Charlie did actually crash a lot, and that's a good sign of he's putting all in. And also Julien, for example, is another good guy who just go, like, bah! and that's it.
I don't know if you saw the crash of Ollie at his training place in Derbyshire, but Mind Control caught an amazing one of him trying to pedal off a round beam, and his wheel just pops off at the exact wrong moment, and he like almost completely, he basically face plants on a rock. It's sort of an Andrew Chai move, but no, I mean, that's it. I think, like as you say, those guys are all pushing and not afraid to get things wrong, right? That's the element of you can really progress through competitions if you don't have that fear in the back of your mind, and you do just go full pace.
Sure.
You don't have the option in competition to like, let me try that move, get a feel for it. Now I feel more confident to do it. Like, because that's what most of us liked doing training, right? You're like, oh, let me check out that move. I feel like I can make that, and then you go and do it the next time. In competition, you just have to do it first time, every time.
Yeah, sure. And I thought that my level was going down in the competitions. Like in trainings, I was feeling really strong, and then in the finals, I wasn't getting the result I wanted. So I was like, okay, I'm just bad competing. But then when you start to watch your trainings, maybe filming it or someone from the outside is watching you, you realize that you do mm, actually the same in trainings, but you just don't realize because you have it so inside in your head that you are not realizing that you are doing maybe 2 tries before going all in. Because it's if you do like this all the time, there's a point where it's normal for you. You don't realize you are doing 2 tries of nothing, of okay, let's go, and then you push. And then in the competition, you see it because, as you say, I mean, you can be in a final doing 3 tries and then go to the end of the section. If you repeat one gate, you are not going outside for sure.
Yeah,
There are long sections.
running out of time.
There's something good about when someone in the live final competition doesn't make it first time. There's this level of like, guys, come on, you need some encouragement, and the crowd get behind them more. Because I find myself doing that, like, oh, he's done the gate, and you're not kind of encouraging him, they could be a her, to get up in that gate until they've tried it 2 times, like you said. Then you're like, right, let's get behind him. Let's go. Come on, to the sky.
That's why it's only one thing with the old rules that we've lost, which is that you don't get to reward riders that, like, it maybe takes them 3 opportunities to really push beyond, like, if it's right at the max level, that, like, this particular jump and it's right on the limit of that rider. I always thought it was nice in the old way the rules worked. Normally there was less obstacles, more time to get through a section, right? And you could do something a few times, and it would be such a good thing for the crowd, because the crowd, like Matt's saying, the crowd could really get behind someone when they do see them fail twice beforehand. And now
that's why Marty never does anything first time.
Sure. Yeah, man. I feel so lonely, I feel so lonely. I need some love. So that's why.
Well, I guess what we have now is that I don't know, if you have 6 riders in a final, if you've got maybe 3 or 4 or 5 riders that can't do it, and then you've got 1 rider that can do it, that's almost like a similar type of build up. Like, that's where the crowd, like, really go crazy, right? Because you're like, oh my God, I didn't think it was possible. And then the last rider comes through. And
I mean, when you start looking the old rules and you compare it against the new rules, no, I feel like there is always 2 points of view. Like, you can say that like you said, the rules are better on this way because you can cheer up a rider because he's doing like 5 tries on a gate. But also the new rules, you can defend that they are better because the riders just keep going. So it's more, you know what I mean? So it's not seeing a guy doing the same all the time. So it's like, I don't know. What I think is that it's easier or easier that everybody is more close, right?
Yeah.
That because the difference between the guy who does something and the guy who doesn't do something maybe are 10 points, and in the other hand would be 5 penalty points. So that's a lot. That's definitely the thing, which for me is better, because if I have to ride against Jack, then this system is better for me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely more. But it keeps it more dynamic. And to be clear, I wasn't saying the old rule was it was a better system. I firmly believe the new rules is a better system. I'm just saying there's maybe one thing from a spectator point of view that was kind of nice, right? But at the end of the day, you can still have gate 3 and it takes a rider 4 times to get up it and do it. I guess that isn't lost. It just it's just a slightly different dynamic.
Marty, what would you What do you think that our competitions sort of need to improve in anything, whether there be sections or better spectator platforms or things? What's the one thing you would want to bring to all of the competitions we do that could potentially improve it?
You know, it's a hard question because like there's a lot of opinions or point of view, right? For example, now that we are talking about old rules and new rules, I don't know. You can also argue that the new rules are worst for the better riders. You know what I mean? And so
Yes.
it's like I don't. I mean, you have a lot of arguments, and then you can buy some or not. So it's really hard to know. Okay, is this? You know what I mean? It's really difficult.
No, I mean, this it is quite open to interpretation. I'm trying to ask as many people as I can because there's no wrong or right answer here.
Yeah, sure, sure.
They're like,
Are you familiar with the most recent rule change? As it with the
yeah, we
gate,
haven't spoke about this yet, have we?
So now you can go back through a gate, right? You aware of this? It used to be that a gate would close after you pass through. Let's say you have a gate 2, right, which is a side op. You used to be able to, if you jumped up on the side op, the gate would close, and if you fell back off of the side op,
It would be a 5.
you'd be a 5, right? And now they've opened
No,
the gate.
that isn't
again.
a 5 anymore.
All right, so it's like you have to just do it again.
Do it again, and you can carry on. I mean,
and apparently you actually lose the points when you jump off. This is the
oh
thing
yeah, that was the thing. So you won't get, that's it. You won't get a 5, but
unless
you won't get
unless you jump off the bike and you leave the bike on the side hop.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
Yeah, so if you jump off,
hang on, now
you can't make the
baffling
side
me,
hop
Steve.
again. But this is what we were. So we were having this discussion with one of the commissaires at Viborg, right? So this is apparently the new rule, and we were trying to argue that once you get the points, they shouldn't be deducted. That's what we think should be the move forward. But at the moment, the way it apparently stands is that you only get the points once you progress. So
sure.
like you say,
sure.
if you jump off the side up, it's no longer a 5, but you have to do the side up again to get the points again.
Yeah,
okay. But I don't know exactly why, no? Because in the side hop you just put 2A to B and it's all right already. You know what I mean? So
that's exactly right.
We
So
had this
I don't know why.
They changed the rules for no reason.
I feel like
really.
it was
right.
It's more for not the riders, but maybe for the course setters who maybe someone hasn't utilized the A functionality. But what I said to some of the guys was, this new rule, we shouldn't tell riders. They should just carry on. This rule should be for the observers to observe. Oh, that's
it's way
a 5.
more confusing though. Like, can you imagine being an observer and you're like, oh, have they got the 10 points? No, they
no.
yeah. So it has potential to cause lots of arguments, but
now it's better. So if you do that, imagine you have 10 seconds left. All right, gate 5. You have a side hop.
Yeah.
You just do the side hop, and you see you are falling off. It's better to just leave the bike and do a 5.
But that was the same.
So you get the points, right? Because if you fall,
theoretically,
this
yes.
was the same before though. This was the same rule before. You could have scored the points from doing the side up.
But but you could just jump off and you would get the points because it would be a 5.
Yeah,
now you can jump off. You just exactly. Side hop, drop the bike. You know, like Giacomo. You know the side hop, Giacomo side hop, the one that he jumps and he like, and he leaves the bike.
Yeah, basically no on-offs anymore. Just like, just jump up, jump off the bike, push the bike.
Can you imagine you're like on jagged rocks and you've just bought the new Carbon Clean and you're like, no, I'm going to have to throw my bike into the rocks, destroy it just to get the points.
I mean, I don't know. The people listening now might also be slightly confused about the sort of the new rule, but it is official. We have spoke to the official adjudicators at UCI. They've done their best to explain it to us as well.
Yeah, I think it's still subject to change. Obviously, the season hasn't officially, the UCI World Cup season hasn't officially started. So maybe there was some feedback from the Viborg competition and maybe this competition in Switzerland. We'll see. Matt can report back as to what what rules they implement there.
Yeah, we shall
And in-
see. So you training for what's your first? Have you done any competitions yet this year, Marty?
Yeah, he won the C1, and he's
I
congratulating
know.
this guy.
I'm letting him tell us.
Yeah, I just smashed that Spaniards, you know,
Yeah,
and that French guy too,
Like the floor.
And the French guy too.
and the French guy, man.
So as I was
Outside of
segueing
Ireland.
into a fantastic start to your season, Marty, keeping that that kind of top 5, top 6.
How did that work
title.
out? That because in the final, was it a 3-way draw effectively, and it came down to section?
Yeah, everything came out on section 5. Yeah, I had to do 60, and there was like a big gate. I think it was gate 4. It was hard. I mean, we were like watching it, and it was a beam, and we had like a kicker,
Yeah,
and it was super scary. You know, it was like so, and we were with Borja, with Danny before, and we were like, "Oh man, are you going to do it?" We're like, "I don't know, man, that's hard." So yeah, and that one you had to do it first try, because Borja, for example, did it. We all did it, but only Alejandro and me did it first try, and only Alejandro and me did 60 on that section. So the other ones did it second try.
Yeah.
For the time, you know, if you did 2 tries, you couldn't finish it. So that's when the pussy stuff came in, eh?
Yeah, there was literally no room for error, and you smashed it. I did watch that clip as well.
Oh,
and
it's
was
an awesome
so
line.
good.
You can't, and you know it's big watching it on camera, but at the same time, you almost feel like you can't appreciate.
If it looks big on camera, it's even bigger in real life.
But
So,
I always see that whenever you have an obstacle where there's nothing below it, I think it's like the absolute worst thing from a rider's perspective. Like to get the perception of where to take off. Like you feel like it's just an obstacle floating in midair, right? Like I find that's one of the hardest things to jump up, where you just distance control becomes very different.
And for the kicker as well, you know, because it was like this, so it's more difficult to know where to jump, I think, than if it was flat. It's like easier, but yeah, it was a cool one.
You went to front?
I went to front, yeah.
You went to
only Borja did it to back.
Right.
Yeah, Borja went to back wheel. The other ones, we all went to front.
Did Danny Segara, did he like French it?
I don't know, but it wasn't in the final, eh? He was training
afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I don't remember. But yeah, probably Danny Segara, Frenchy pretty well. So yeah, probably he did.
Yeah, that's another Comas rider like yourself. I actually wanted to ask a bit of a story of, because you rode for Jitsi for many, many years, didn't you? And
yeah. 22, 23 and half 24. Yeah.
What was the reasoning for transitioning over to Comas? And what did that look like? Is it, did you have a good relationship with Danny Comas? And what does it kind of look like now in the differences from Jitsi to Comas?
Boy, you wanted to see blood here, right? You wanted to have some.
Hey, we wanted the real. We like to dig deep.
Yeah, right.
Conversation. Right. I mean, you say what you want, man. Like, but I was interested because I don't know what the story was behind that. I know Adam still rides for Jitsi, but didn't they get rid of like all their riders? I don't know. What can you tell us, Mark?
All right, I'll be pretty honest.
That's what we like. That's what people want.
The thing was, in 22 was perfect, I would say. I mean, yeah, we had everything. I mean, yeah, perfect. Then in 23, they did this change of just getting rid of the team, I would say. Before 22, there was a team, right? It was Alejandro, Adam, and me. So it was like we had a team, and we would have Tom as a minder and Kuhn, and so we would have minders and everything. But then the year after that was go. I don't know. It was 23. It was much worse. it was the year of Alejandro just left. Yeah, in the mid-season left and started with play, right? Yeah, it was that year. So yeah, 23. I don't know if it was because they weren't selling bikes or if they had, I don't know, financial problems. But for me, I mean, when you get rid of the elite riders, that's a bad sign. I mean, in any way, it can go good. I mean, we are the riders who are the inspiration from the kids, right? So if you want to sell bikes, for sure you have to have an elite rider with you.
Not an idol. They want to look at you and say, "I want that bike."
Yeah,
Right.
sure. I mean,
Exactly.
that's the point, right? They were saying that they prefer to sponsorize the kids for the future because as well they don't need as much money and material and everything. Yeah, that 23 was complicated for that, but I got a contract with them and everything, so I finished that year with them. It's, the things were, you know, in 23, in 22, sorry, I've got a personalized stem because they didn't do 150 and they did one for me. We had a lot of how can I say, like promises of improving the bikes. We did a lot of tests with a lot of things, so it was a good place to be. You know, it seems like they wanted to improve, but then in 23, there was nothing. You know, there was no improvement. Uh, like carbon fork, for example, it was something we were asking for a long time, and it didn't work. A lot of things, right? Handlebar, I don't know, a lot of things. Also the bike, because it's a heavy bike. It doesn't even have a free wheel, or you know what I mean. So, or BB30. So it, all of this we keep asking, and in 22 it seemed like in 23 we could have some of these things, and we were growing, and it was like, wow, everything perfect. But in 23 it was all gone. You know, that was a dream to chase. So in 23,
Only just so Adam,
yeah, the carbon forks have only just come out.
Carbon fork 2026, 2026, and the Jitsi 20-inch that I think Adam Morwood had been testing for probably like for a 3 years. It seemed like he had that prototype for so.
Yeah, I mean that's the point. I mean, there was no plans of getting anything better, you know. So the thing, we could already see from inside that the thing was going worse. In 22 it was perfect, and but 23 started to get bad. Also the relationship with the I don't want to say with the team because almost everyone was perfect. Only with one guy we had a problem. But anyway, it was worst, you know, distant, I would say. And I like, for how am I, and I think everybody likes to be part of something, right? And to feel, I don't know, they are like a family or something like that. So that in 23 was gone as well. In 24, I kept with them because it seemed we had a deal. But then I started to, I don't know, there were a lot of things that just didn't like me. You know, for example, in 23, well, was when I had the injury. All right, so for me being injured,
yeah, you talking about your knee injury, right?
Yeah, I had the injury, and they didn't treat me well during that injury, you know, because I didn't know if I could keep competing, whatever. It wasn't good. So a lot of things, so yeah, that's why. And then in the middle of 24, I wasn't motivated to ride with that bike, you know. It was like that point I was watching the bike, because that bike was the bike that wasn't that's a good bike. You know what I mean? I mean, not for elite level. It's a good bike if you want to have it and just ride it because you like, you know, to ride a bike for a while and whatever. But if you want to push, it's not a good bike. I had a lot of problems that I don't want to tell exactly what. But if one day I can do a viral reel of a lot of photos I have, but maybe someday.
Yeah, we'll wait a bit longer till we can tell more of those stories.
Just send us a picture of 10 of them in the bin. That one's broken. That one's broken.
It sounds like you were getting quite deflated from the lack of support from them, which sounds like it was stemming from maybe one single point of failure. And obviously you were injured. You were out for, I think, 9 months, something like that.
Yeah, but I had this injury on April of 23 after the first World Cup. And even there, where I was watching what was going on my knee, the treatment wasn't good, you know. I would expect from someone who is, you know, my boss and my team, who wants me to do as better as I can, to just be asking me, for example, you know, like, oh, how are you doing? How did they tell? Or I don't know, little things like this. You know, I'm not asking you to come here and wherever and kiss my ass, no, but I don't know. Yeah, it can be good as well, but maybe a text. Sometimes just texting, it's quite good, right?
Or just so to know that they were thinking of you. Yeah, we hope you're good. Yeah, I understand. That's tough.
So something like this, and you know, and then as I said, things like the bike wasn't going to get better. So I also was in 22 because we had a lot of promises, you know, like yeah, we are doing this, we are doing, and we could see they were doing some things, but then in 22 stops.
Right.
So that's why. And then with Comas, I had a pretty good relationship. Like we didn't knew each other a lot just from the competitions, and I mean, he's a legend. You know, he's the only rider who have 2 world championships and one world championships in 20, in the other one 26. He's the only rider elite that have these 2 titles. So I mean, he's a legend. So I have a lot of respect for him, and I told to him, and yeah, I felt he could give me what the others couldn't, you know, like a much better bike, and like
yeah. Also, Dan, this feels like a silly question. Is Jitsi a Spanish company? Because Comas obviously is. Where does Jitsi step? So
he's from Belgium.
From Belgium. So realistically, this was kind of the natural route. Perhaps it was better for you anyway. You know, Danny Comas being a Spanish complete trials legend. Well, actually, is it now because of the start? Is it a Spanish company or a Catalan company?
It's all Spanish, of course.
Right. Okay. Sorry, we took so this seemed like the best progression and move for you anyway, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously, I don't have any problem to be in a Belgium brand. You know, it's perfect.
I know it's nothing bad about it, but just
sure.
It feels right, you know.
and they had the French fries, so it's like a perfect place to be, right?
A great one.
Yeah, sure. But in for sure in that team, in the Jitsi team, there are people who are, you know, really good people and who always treat me well, and I only have a good word for them. But yeah, and I also felt, you know, in 22 for me was like following the steps of Nico Ballet, you know. Nico Ballet is like one of my big inspirations. So now being in Jitsi was like, wow. And I found Nico training in France, in La Beche, and I told him I was going to ride with Jitsi, and he gave me like the I don't know how you say it, but you know, he told me like, I'm happy that you keep, like, you take my place, and for me it was like, wow, man.
Yeah. Made it.
Yeah. It was like, wow.
Like as you say, going back to obviously we were fortunate enough to have both Vince and Nico over to Radical Bikes when Radfest was still a big event in the UK, and they were just covered in Jitsi, and it was obviously, this is where kind of the memes came about the Power Rangers, right? This is how we used to refer to the Jitsi riders in all their
uniforms. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It was almost stark contrast to anything we'd had in trials for so long. Like, I think if you look all the way back to the Monty Megamo era, like where everyone used to turn up to competitions in a leotard, you know, like
yeah.
So we then had the kind of well, at least the phase in the UK of street trials coming about, like Craigley Scott, Neil Chinnicliff, all these big names, and it was almost a bit of a grunge era. Like people would kind of wear anything to ride trials.
Yeah, there was like a BMX style could be
Yeah.
within trials, where it just feels like that era.
And the
is just-
competition scene, you didn't necessarily see these uniforms that maybe we'd once had, and I felt like Jitsi really brought that back, and they brought a lot of professionalism to the sport.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, in the clothes, they were the best, for sure, and for sure they did a lot of things good. You know, I mean, they had Alejandro for so long, and look Alejandro. I mean, they did
Well, that's what
or
happened.
Nico.
He left, and then he became a world champion.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, the perfect timing. Yeah,
It's really good timing, or and
It's like, oh, this new bike seems to be good.
yeah, good.
yeah, perfect timing. And Nico couldn't get the world championships.
Oh, poor Nico.
I know.
Yeah.
And it even had a signature bike, and I think our friend Jack actually rides what used to be Nico's bike.
Yeah, not the Jack, but another
No,
Jack.
different Jack Gray. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing, and I don't know. I think at the end we are humans, and we want to have a good human relationship as well, and just being treated well and feel loved. And I think, and obviously have a good bike, and being a project that improves the bike and cares actually about your riding and everything like that. So Comas gave me, I saw he could give me that, so that's why. And I'm really happy with it. Like Danny texted me. He didn't kiss my ass, but yeah, sure, and that's why.
You can let him know that's what you want for Christmas. How
Did he reach out to you?
No, it was me.
Yeah.
Oh, you were like, hey,
Yeah.
come on. I represent that brand.
So hang on. So it's you, Aloy, and Danny, right? Is it the three of you on the team, or Mr.
Yeah, and then there is Laia as well.
Laia?
Oh yes, yes.
How is the bike? Is there anything new coming that?
Oh, there's a new street bike coming out, by the way. Saw that.
Oh, I saw the.
That's true, right, Marty?
Yeah, and there's there are a lot of improvements on a way that I can tell. I'm not on Comas. Yes, I'm going to be quiet. On Jitsi, I think I just spoke a lot, but now
That's fine. I wanted the story of how you kind of that transition into that, because I just never heard.
But good things. But I mean, I can tell a lot of things that we are developing. But the good thing here is like things are getting done. You know what I mean? Like what is good to see. Like obviously everything takes time because you have to prove it. Sometimes the providers, they do something good, something bad. So it takes time. Everything takes time. But the good thing is
we've been lacking. We know. Two brands in trials, really, Krukers and Clean, have dominated the market for so long, and we know Krukers have basically done nothing to almost change the bike. Only the latest Krukers next gen frame is the only one that's drastically different from prior models, right? So
yeah.
It's nice to see other brands still trying to innovate. And like Clean have obviously.
Yeah, I think some of the Comas frames are one of the best alley-looking frames. It's so nice.
They're still so few in comparison to those two other brands. But it's, I think, as again, you're proving the value of the bikes and.
Yeah, sure, and they did like some bikes that they were worst, the first one basically, and then they got better, and that's how it goes. I mean, you have to get wrong sometimes to then get better, and I'm happy for this. For just, it's not just a promise of getting things better; it's actually doing it. So that's kind of the thing. Yeah, so that's why
do they give you a new bike every year, or do you get like 2 brand new bikes of each year for the season? What's kind of the relationship, if you're allowed to share any of that?
No, man, with
If you can't,
with
that's absolutely fine. I
no,
just,
no, no, yeah, yeah, no, no. But I mean, with two bikes a year, I have. I mean, what's that? I have for 3 months.
I mean, that's what I mean. I'm setting the bar low. I'd like
No,
to
yeah,
give
yeah,
you
yeah.
more than two, but I just wondered what the
No,
relationship
no.
is. What do they do to support you essentially?
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking what I wanted to share and what
I
not,
understand.
right?
It's
I'm
fine.
like, all right, what I'm going to say, but
Asking the
no,
difficult questions today.
um, no. So I have, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to share, but yeah, I don't, I have bikes. I have
Yeah.
bikes,
Okay.
so that's not a problem for me. And this year we're going to prepare a really like a good bike for the world. Like maybe not that how do you say the opposite of something that have weightless, right? Not
Yeah.
that weightless that
Light,
the Danny's bike. I think
lightweight.
Danny's bike, yeah, exactly, lightweight, exactly. I think Danny's bike is going to
Wait,
be
though.
Yeah.
weightless than me, yeah, low weight or whatever.
Just
But
on it and you just float,
yeah, so yeah, something like that.
All right, interesting. Very cool. We would love to talk to you about other projects that you've been working on, and we know you've built up a trials database that's captured a lot of the historical history of competitions.
I
Which I think
use
is
it when I need to commentate on everyone. I'm
yeah,
like,
which is super
dive into it.
valuable for the community. But
I'll share that publicly. Thank you so much for giving me a login and the cards that you gave to the Shindig, because we do use that database most weekends to try and get some facts from the riders.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear, man. Happy to hear that. I mean, that's a project from Mr. Pat, but yeah, I think we can chat about it. He told me how he thinks and everything, so I'm qualified to talk about it. So there's no problem.
That's what I
So,
mean.
like,
You're the only person who actually has a relationship with him, because unfortunately
Yeah.
we've not been able to get him on face to face. But yeah, tell us a little bit about.
I mean, he's a complicated guy, He says he's never wrong, and he sometimes he's like, yeah, he's a bit annoying. So that's why he.
He's lucky to have you bringing out and giving people the pro cards and putting together as well. So that's a great element then in the pro cards.
I just realized I've got one framed downstairs. I should have had it like.
Oh yeah,
should just place it on the wall.
Yeah, just put it here, right?
That's funny.
To be immortalized into a pro card. I was like,
yeah, that was cool one, eh? That was a cool one, yeah.
In my office at home, I have it in like a little frame. So the very first ever proper stream that me and Tom did, you actually created a card for us as well.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for that, because it's probably one of the coolest things in my office. It's just like a little sketch. And so I guess I know Mr. Pads is kind of behind it, but you're the one that gave it to me. So,
yeah. And when Mr. Pads now, they sometimes became black and they start to to do some raps, and I know some people doesn't kind of like it because he says the N word, right, and other words that maybe for us in Spain they are like normal, but I can understand that there in the UK they are a bit more.
Excuse him.
We like the honesty. He's blunt, he's brutal, and like you said, he's never wrong. So I like anyone with that style of confidence. So are we going to be seeing any more of those videos from him, or is there anything in the pipeline that he's working on?
Honestly, the thing is, he had a lot of ideas from the database and also how to finish it. And the idea was to open it and match, like, we have a lot of information, we put it in all the competitions from 2000 to 2026. All that we could find, because it's so hard to find some of the results from the World Cups, Europeans, and Worlds. Sometimes it's hard to find, for example, the semifinals of the finalists, because the results are finals and semifinals. But the 6 first riders, you don't have the semifinals from them, no?
Oh, yeah.
And it would be cool to know who was the rider who finished more times in first place in semifinals, for example. So we
Sergio Longueira's like 7th place more than any
yeah.
Yeah, that's what actually worked out. I remember, Mike, I think you texted that to me when I was commentating. You were like, hey, by the way, Sergi's got 7th position more than anyone ever. So demoralizing for him too. Like,
yeah. He was happy. He was like, okay, I'll take it. So yeah, that's
as we say in Formula One, right? Best of the rest.
exactly. So the problem we had was with the guy who was doing all the programming, and because it's we had problems. No, he's a good guy, but he has another job, and on the free time, we paid him, right? But on the free time, he did all this thing for us, and now he doesn't have free time anymore. So it's kind of the difficult thing now. So I don't know, maybe now with cloud code or something. Mr. Pats.
I have someone that does coding for me now. I'm building an app, as you might have heard too. So I'm very much delving into that world and have a coder, Mr. Code, he's called.
Mr. Code.
Mr. Code. Genuinely, because I have two. So a little insight. I have 2 Claudes talking to each other to help me build this app. And I'm not joking. Like, I've gone the development route. We won't go into too much depth because we're going to do a separate podcast on that. But maybe you can put me in touch with Mr. Pads, and I might be able to assist in some tools and tactics to kind of implement some AI features and workflows to perhaps improve on that too, Marty. So I work for that now.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
So
and I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the raps? Did you like them? Like the songs?
Good. Mate, this is the best thing that kind of happened in terms of like meme, banter, content. I want to do more of it so much, as in, sorry, me, Shindig. I want Shindig to do more silly content and do that kind of side of things, but it is hard and trying to do too many. When you started to bring those out, it's just only the community will understand. And I think that's why I love it. Like, it's not going to get picked up by outsiders. It's niche, but it's so good.
Like, I think I was blown away by how
you told me the idea and it came out better. Well, it came out because you did tell me about the idea and it's like, this could be, I love the idea, but even then I wasn't sure if AI had caught up. Definitely now.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, sure.
Super, super fun. We almost need to like put together more ideas for the series to continue.
Yeah, I tried with Alejandro, but he's a pussy, so he's not going to do
Favorite podcast today. I love it so much.
Yeah, man, he's a pussy. So
all the shorts are just gonna be pussy. What are these guys talking about in the podcast? It's to be like, for talking about bike trials, not anything else.
Yeah, right. Like a shot each time I say pussy, right?
Exactly. And now I'm going to be screaming. It gets into a final, and I'm just on the mic, being like, "Don't be a pussy."
Yeah, right. That's what I want to hear.
And you will just
be like, "Come on."
Gap in the section.
Everyone's going to be like, "Oh my gosh, Matt, you can't say that," and Marty will just be laughing.
Hopefully not. Hopefully.
Whatever. They can cancel me.
So I had this idea of having, Alejandro have been pussy and Charlie as well. And I wanted to have, I would like to have Vincent. And we talk about it and I think we could do it. But, Vincent is busy and everything. But with Vincent, I would love it because, he's a fucking legend, So that would definitely be a good one. Also with Borja, I talked about. We didn't progress on it, but he was into doing it. So I would love to do it.
All right, here's another one. Why don't you do one of me and Steve battling against each other in some way?
Come on, let's do it. I love it.
See?
I love it.
Because I didn't give a shit what you're going to say. We could abuse each other, call him Captain Crash. There's plenty of, we could be right. I might have just dropped us in there, Steve.
I don't know if I could take the banter.
Yeah, you would. But like, I can picture it being like this image here, and we're like chatting, calling each other pussies and stuff.
you have to say some trash, no? Right. To give something, it can be, I mean, a rap saying something saying like, yeah, I love him, he's super cool. That doesn't like that to anyone. I mean, you have to bring something in. That's what people like.
I know. Well, maybe I've spoke out of turn here, but I feel like it could be quite funny. Maybe we'll have a chat about this off air, perhaps, and see, because we can roast each other.
We do. Well, that's it. I think we just saying we love the alternative content.
Yes.
Every time we see another rider doing something that, I don't know, benefits the trials community in some way, whether it's just like, let's say, putting new content together, or
Sure.
I don't know,
Sure.
more ideas. Like, I think we love what you've done, and keep it.
Thanks, guys. My latest idea was to do an anime. Like not a TV show, but like some shorts of I don't know. Imagine now with the AI, I couldn't do it now, but I hope maybe in a close future. But imagine to have, I don't know, the final of 2019. Like if it was a Dragon Ball anime or whatever. I'm like, wow, Sergio Gueras, he have to do 60 points to win. Oh, he does it, and then, oh no, what happened? Oh, he missed a gate, and then Jack, the camera to Jack, and then Jack is like, yeah, he have to do 60 to win, and then he does it. Jack is celebrating, and someone says, Jack, no, what happened? Wait, he what? Darrow, and and that would be amazing.
Oh my god!
God.
Well, it is improving. I know that. Like even in a few weeks, my tool. The tools are improving. They're changing. I learn a certain thing, and then a few weeks later, there's another element. I'm trying to train Claude right now to do my video editing. It's not working right now. But every time I approach it in each different week, it's got an improvement, and now the best thing is I can control my laptop from my phone. Basically, like as long as it's logged in, I can just ask it to do anything, and it's unbelievable. So of course I'm going to sing my praises about AI. So I hope we can implement that into some of your content too, Marty.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be super cool. And who else would you like to see doing the song?
Andre Burton, no? It's got to be Andre. He'd love it.
Andre would actually be brilliant.
Andre's would be great. I know he'd accept. He'd be like, of course, Marty.
Be like, you're old, you're past it, you need to give up.
And Andre's such a good sport like that. He's one of the only few people that like can take so much banter and like give so much banter. He's
we have a good laugh.
Yeah. I would say you're going to be quite safe picking an English person. Oh, right. I don't know. I guess maybe Charlie's not as controversial as. But just in case for the listeners as well, some context here. I realised Marty's created some actual virtual raps with virtual characters that are on. Wait, they're not on your Instagram, are they?
Yeah. No, in Pro Trials Cards Instagram.
Pro Trials Cards Instagram.
Yeah.
Is it Mr. Pads?
Yeah. Search Pro Trials Cards on Instagram as well. And you can actually go. Are there going to be any cards for 26? Yeah. Any?
Yeah. We like this year is getting hard to get the drawing and everything, but we are doing them, so they will be out. I don't know when.
Does the drawings, right? He's the guy.
Yeah. Now he's a bit, he's doing what he can, So
I get it.
So he will have it when he has, but we are doing them, and they are pretty good. Every year we try to do in a different way. So this year they are inspired in comics.
Yeah.
So they are going to be cool. Yeah.
We need to get our faces back in there, Matt. Like
yes, it'd just be fine.
Special edition.
But like, Marty, do you realise your podcast's not coming out till we get a pro card?
Frame it now.
I know, honestly, so good.
I see how this works, right? Okay, we'll do it.
And they're really good. I've got them. He kindly gave a whole shiny pack to Shin Dig Media where every card is shiny. I'm yet to get every single one signed, but the goal is to get them all signed and give them away to a listener or a subscriber, basically, to win the whole shiny pack signed by the riders. Hopefully, there'll only be one.
Yeah. Hilda Anderson is really hard to get her. I saw he was back on the bike, but he was off the bike since 2023. You know, and now it was hard to. I don't have her signature.
Who was that?
Hilda Anderson.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You just have to forge
crazy,
it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're like,
Yeah.
yoking. We're like, you look like it.
Yeah, just take your hairband out.
Yeah.
Joachim, this hair's too long.
No, just be honest though. Like, I'm sure I've seen there's like storylines of this type of thing. You know, the whole 6 degrees of separation. You've heard of this, where like everyone in the world.
Don't get me started on that because I can go really in depth with that.
Yeah.
It's actually closer than 6 degrees now.
So the story is like there was another one. It was about Kevin Bacon. How Kevin Bacon has so many connections in the world where. So the concept is there's only. Like you could get to any person in the world
through six people.
6 people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The science is there.
So what we're saying is we only need to probably find one trials rider that could go and give the card directly.
Yeah, her brother. Yeah, sure.
Exactly. And then
her brother. But you know, the problem of giving cards is like you never know if they are coming back. You know, so.
It's true. And that you did go to the Easter Jam last year and provided some cards and some stuff for the guys there. I thought that was amazing. Are you going to be going to Charlie's Easter Jam again? Not Easter. Academy Jam.
Academy Jam.
We
just went to the Easter
Oh my gosh. Are you going to be going this year or?
I don't know. I mean, if Charlie wants me here, I mean, I'm not putting all the pressure on Charlie, but if I don't know. We'll see.
Another time because the Sunday is very much Charlie's very much gone. I'm doing Saturday, Matt. You're doing Sunday. I'm like, oh,
I think I can do that. We're almost trying to turn that event into. Obviously, Radfest no longer a thing. I think we're trying to piggyback on Charlie's event and make it into the more social trials.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, you will have cards for sure. Even if I'm there or if I'm not there, there will be card for everybody. So no problem for that. And we are also giving cards for Vito, who's organizing some competitions in Switzerland. So you know, we like to kids having cards. I think it's a cool thing to just they know the riders. So that's also what we do it. So yeah, there will be cards. Don't worry for that.
No, it's a really, again, all of us doing our own little bit, our own little ideas to contribute to the sport, and I think it's a really important avenue that's been added.
So. Marty, when are we going to see you? When is your next international competition? What is the plan for you this year?
You know, now I've been 3 weeks off the bike because of lower back problems. So now I'm
pussy. Sorry, carry on. She's gone.
Yeah, man. But I've been like, yeah,
in the corner, isn't it? Pussy counter.
Pussy counter. Yeah, right. So now I'm better now. Today I could train and I didn't have pain, so it's cool. The World Cup international event, the World Cup, and I don't know if I'll be able to ride the Catalan Championship next weekend. I don't know if I'll be ready to ride, but
into that jersey, right?
Yeah, I want that jersey. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
because Eloy have been winning that all the elite one all the time, you know. But Eloy now is injured, so it's not the same. I mean, I wanted to win Eloy, you know, so that's not the same. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
I won it anyway, you know, but I wanted Eloy in the second place.
Yeah, you get it. You wanted to actually win based off beating the others rather than people not being there. which is pretty good. So, what about the World Cup in Dole?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
that's what you said.
That's what you're saying. Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, obviously, I've been 3 weeks off, so it's like, man, I'm fat again. I was, in preseason I was fat. I came back and I was strong again, and it's been 3 weeks off, so it's like, yeah, I'm fat again, and the lower back it's really a problem because you can't do anything. Like
What
in your.
cause that?
I think it was. I mean, I suffer a lot from lower back problems, but normally when I have pain, I just go to the physiotherapist and I just do some core and some abs, and that's it, and it goes away. But this time it didn't went away, and I think it started maybe from bad movement or something in the gym, maybe, and then it just kept going. I'm also now like I don't want to be a pussy, so I was training with pain. And I was like, yeah, and I was having pain. I was like, yeah, go harder. You know what I mean? So that wasn't the best as well. So
are you doing much off the bike in the gym, like as part of your training? Like, do you?
Yeah. I mean, now I couldn't do only some mobility and some pussy stuff. not really. I couldn't do gym or I couldn't do bike, so I was doing some only mobility these weeks. But normally I do gym. Now I was doing 3 times per week.
So three times in the gym. How many days on the bike typically?
Yeah, every day. I do double sesh or I do a long training of 3 days. It depends. Now I was doing. I say the no eating training. Alejandro told me that. So it consists in start the training at 12 and you just finish, when you can, like at 5, and then you just don't eat. That's why it's called the not eating training.
That's insane.
So that
one of the reasons I love going out on the bike is when I get home, I can eat what the F I want. Like, I'm like, 2,000 calories. I mean, me at the minute, probably not, because I've not been riding very much, but
but it makes sense. But if you think about it, it makes sense, because if you want to do double sesh before they change the time, so you don't have a lot of sun out, and you have fewer hours, or you go to train really early in the morning, or you do a long session. You do like a 4-hour session, 4.5 or 5-hour session, and that's it. Rather than now, for example, that you have longer days, you can do 2.5, or 2, or whatever. But in March, in February, you just can do 1 long session, and that's it. It's all you can. So that's the idea. And even sometimes I think I'm more productive doing just 1 long training rather than doing 2. I don't know. Sometimes, not always, but you have to warm up or.
Yeah, with anything in that, there's like a window of the same thing, because you have to get warmed up, get kind of in that mindset, get in the flow. And if you're doing 2 trainings, you have to do that twice, like get warmed up, get the mindset ready. So I would say it's more efficient to be like, we're in the training, let's get it all done.
We would do the long training and not do anything for like 2 weeks and then just be broken for the next whole week. That's typically how it works for us.
Yeah,
right.
It has been. It's just getting back into it. So we're going to see you. Well, I will see you in France, in Dole. Steve,
I'll be watching, cheering on, shouting pussy at the screen.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Could be in labor at the time as well. I've just got this vision of basically Steve's at like in the hospital with Maya, and she's like, and he's like, keep pushing Maya. He's like, yes, go on, Maya, go on.
She's told me that I need to be in good spirits, so she's in good spirits. So the whole like dopamine is and it's meant to make the labor easier, right? So I've told her I need to watch as many trials videos as possible to keep my spirits in the hospital.
It's a great. I like that. I like that.
But yeah, no, good luck, and we hope to catch up soon. But thank you so much for again taking the time today.
Yeah, Marty.
Amazing to chat, and we loved having you on. And
where can we find your Instagram what's your handle and your pro cards? Can you let everyone know where we can follow you?
Yeah, you can follow Mr. Pads and his songs and maybe the Shin Dig song soon. So make sure to follow him in Pro Trials Cars, I think it is, or Pro Cars Trials. But anyway, you'll find it, and myself in Martí Vayreda.
Yep.
So that's it.
Yeah, we'll
And
put the links to this video as well, and keep putting out the content, Marty. Yes, the stuff you're putting out, I can see is really, you're putting a lot more time into. You're putting a lot of time into it. I can see. So it's good to
keep crashing. We love the crashing.
Yeah, I'll keep on that. And yeah, thank you to you guys. Good luck to you, Steve, as well, on that good vibes you have to you have to give for the World Cup. And yeah, and we'll see each other there in Dole with Matt.
man. Yeah,
So thank you guys.
Yeah, Marty, thanks again, and
thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Make sure, if you haven't already, I will say it, just go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go and check out the website. I've built a new website. It's going to be live by the time this is out. I haven't shown you yet,
Cool.
Steve.
Cool.
So that's really cool. And you can go and support us there and do what you can, because subscribing and following is totally free, and it's probably the best way for you guys to support us all. Thanks again. Thanks, Marty. We've been the Shin Dig podcast. Yes. Woohoo!
Yeah, I love you guys.
We love you. Bye bye.
Yay.
Ah, you